People deluded. Now, I couldn't ignore this. I really could. I could not ignore this story, man. I tried to air it, but I'm sure you've all seen it. You've all seen what's emerged from the Sun scumbag newspaper in regards to our players on a night out or in some sort of outing. I don't know because I wasn't there. Now it's allegedly happened in August, and this is resurfaced now. Whether that is strategic positioning from the Sun or from whoever, or from the club that did our players were there enjoying themselves in, or if it was someone just decided to cash in on the tape because I mean it's Christmas now. They probably got hella gifts to pay and money's tight and wages are tight. They probably thought let's do this. So it's happened in it anyways. Now we've been in a 20-game unbeaten run. We ain't been perfect. No one's saying we're going to do a Manchester City, but there's not much to talk about from a negative point of view with Arsenal. Past probably that we've let in, we conceded 2 silly goals at United, for example, or defensively, or how we start in the first half. But we're united as a club, as a fan base, as whatever component, we're united, and that hasn't been the case for how many seasons and stuff. So there isn't much to write about Arsenal. There isn't much negativity of sorts to feed upon, and they've got to invent their own stories now. People got to get paid. I don't blame them for doing it. I think they're scumbags, but people got to get paid. At the end of the day, I have to be fair. I'm not going to name names, but obviously a couple of our players were seen doing laughing gas. I think it is legal. You know the headlines, Hippy Crack and stuff like that. I mean, just the fact that it says crack, obviously people are going to clickbait this fancy little language. And you did, not to name names, I did see a certain striker take the hippie thing and lean back. I saw a certain curly-haired midfielder look like I wouldn't say passed out, but looked like he's enjoyed himself. Certain German centre-halves made me laugh. And certain Bosnian fullbacks just look like a boss, just sitting on the chair, just doesn't look phased. And a certain player that plays for us that always has back injuries is caught there as well. There's a lot of them. It happened in August. I'm assuming that it was just an outing, a team bonding exercise, and just to keep togetherness, or just a night out with the man them. So they have to hold their hands up. They are, at the end of the day, the footage is there. They're seen doing it, innit? They have to hold their hands up. They have to take full responsibility. They have to be reminded of their responsibilities as a club. It is what it is, man. But I can't lie. I'm keep it fair because we have seen players do the same and been called up of other clubs, but there's definitely players coming with a lot more foolishness that could have made papers or made headlines, and they're going for this. Yeah, man, obviously, I mean, if Emre didn't want you lot drinking fruit juice and that, then if he finds out you lot were doing balloons and whatnot, then he might just slap one of you lot up and make you punish you lot with watching hell of video footage reviews of games. But yeah, man, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, the paper's got to get us somehow, haven't they, people? They really got to get us in some sort of way, shape or form. If it's not going to be this, it's going to be another way. So what more can you say? It's happened, people. And just in case I ain't missed anything else out, let me just type in Arsenal players, Hippy Crack. Like, this is the most worst ever drug in the world. When there's actually footballers sniffing coke in the Prem. Like, oh Jesus. Oh well, this doesn't really help. But the BBC has said Arsenal players will be spoken to by club chiefs after images emerged allegedly showing 4 members of the first team squad inhaling nitrous oxide. I'm not going to go and read the rest of it. Allegedly, this goes on to create. It slows down the drug they took. Essentially, it slows down the brain and the body's responses. Gives people a feeling of euphoria and can cause hallucinations, can also lead to dizziness, paranoia and headaches. I don't know anyone that's got that licked off a balloon, but boy, if that's where it is, that's where it is. Let's see this. Let's see what the Telegraph said about it, people. Arsenal players accused of passing out after reportedly inhaling laughing gas at a party. Talk about remixing the story. Whose article is this? Sean Dean, you're a waste, man. I understand you need to get paid, but it is what it is, man. Yeah, Arsenal have had their play. I'm even like I can't read. This is so small. I need my glasses. Arsenal have said their players will be reminded of their responsibilities after a string of first teamers were pictured inhaling nitrous oxide or hippie crack in a London nightclub. Striker, midfielder, and striker, I'm not going to name their names, were all reportedly pictured at the pre-season party. Obviously, the balloons, yada yada yada. The Sun reported on Thursday night that the boxes of laughing gas canisters were brought to the players in a private area of a West End nightclub in August. the players will be spoken about this, will be spoken to about this, and be reminded of their responsibilities as representatives of the club. Okay, talking about this article's then going on to referring people to talk to Frank. What are you talking about, man? Obviously it's then gone on to talk about Jack Grealish and Raheem Sterling and Kyle Walker, who were all bagged at some point doing it. So yeah, man, it's not the most eye-catching of headlines, and yeah, it is what it is, and it happened in August. So all they can do is just apologise. Just all we can do as a club is just try and keep the brand safe. Obviously, away from the banter, there's a lot of young fans and things like that. We've got to keep a positive image. I mean, it's not like they were sniffing crack, but rules are rules in it. We've got to keep a clean image. So yeah, we probably got to come out with a statement. But I like the silence we're actually taking, because yeah, man, I mean, it's happened in August, and then some idiot has been sat on this thinking, oh yeah, I've got a gold mine, I'm going to get so much money than when this is released. And I hope you got decent peas, man. I hope it was worth it. Like, I really hope you got the money you need to buy kids and that Christmas presents. Like I said, I don't condone it. I think you're a scumbag, but I get it. Like, I get it. Everyone needs to eat, man. Everybody needs to eat, and I really hope it was worth it. If you got less than $2,000, in fact, if you got less than $4,000 for something like this, because people do get less, you're a waste, man. Because the amount of news headlines I'm looking at Google now that are running with whoever's footage that is, or the nightclub's footage, is silly, man. And just to the players, if you're going to do this sort of stuff, because these footballers are human, we can't expect that they sit down and live and breathe football when they don't do certain things. Probably not the wisest to do it where you can't necessarily control the cameras. Like, you lot got big yards. Obviously, you want to go clubbing and that, but do it in your yard or something, man, because these are the sort of things that could happen. And obviously, a certain curly-haired midfielder is very naive, so I'll allow him. But just when you look at the two experienced strikers and the experienced centre-halves, the experienced left-back, and a couple of the experienced midfielders that were caught in this, you would have thought you lot should be a bit more smart, because you lot have been bagged for not this, but you've been in madnesses before. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. People make mistakes. It is what it is. It's happened now, so can't go back in time. And the papers can cry all they want. It's happened. On that note, people deluded. I'm out now. I've got nothing more to say. I felt I have to comment on it. So yeah, I'm out.